is going on, everybody? It is your boy Arrows here, and we are back with a deck profile and a tournament report because your boy had locals today, and I went 2-1 with Amber Steel Challenge Princess. Yes, you guys have heard me talk about this deck a little bit before in our video talking about the Princess starter deck and some of the cool builds you could run with that. Well, I took it to a locals and I was very happy with how it did. This build is slightly different than some of the ones than the one I showed. Shout out to one of my local players, Frank. He let me borrow some cards to complete it. So we're gonna show you what we ended up playing with today. So we went 2-1. We'll show you the deck, and then I'll talk about some of the match. I'll talk about the matches we had. So we're running 4 copies of Aurora Holding Court. This card, what can you say about this card? It's a 1-drop, 1/2, quest for 1. And then when you quest with it, you can pay 1 less for your next princess. So you can set up a bunch of like really cool plays with this card. I love it. Now, we're not running Tiana in this deck. I don't 100% think it's necessary. To me, in this deck, it just feels, in this version of princesses, it just feels like a win more card. So if I had them, I'd probably run them. But I don't think they're like absolutely necessary for this princess build and what we're doing. We're running 4 copies of Vanellope Von Schweetz Sugar Rush Champ. 1 cost, 2/2, quest for 1. She is a fantastic early target to drop on Aurora because you can like play Aurora on your turn 1, ink again, quest with Aurora, play her for free, and then play a 2-drop character as well. She's just really freaking good. For our 2-drops, we're running 4 copies of Calhoun Marine Sergeant. Calhoun is a 3/2 uninkable quest for 1. Resist 1, so she takes 1 less damage from attacks. And if you banish a character in a challenge, you get 2 lore. We're running 4 copies of Nala Undaunted Lioness. She is a new card from the Fabled set. She is a 2-cost uninkable, 0/2 quest for 2, and she has the ability Determined Diversion. When this character has no damage, she gets a +1 lore and resist +1. So in the early game, she is going to put a lot of extra added pressure on. And in the late game, she's also going to put pressure on, and she's going to maybe force your opponent to focus on taking her out and allowing you to get your lore, your other characters going. For our 3 costs, we're running 4 copies of Lilo, Best Explorer Ever. 3 costs, 2/2, quest for 1. She has the ability, come on, people, let's move. When you play her, all your other characters get Challenger 2 for the turn. This is fantastic. She also has the ability to go get them. Whenever this character quests, chosen alien character gets Challenger 2, and this character can challenge ready characters this turn. We're running 3 copies of Pete, Games Referee, because Powerline is a thing. So being able to shut down Powerline even for a couple turns is fantastic. This card came in really clutch. 2 of my matches were against Powerline songs, so this was a really good card in those matchups. We're running 3 copies of Fasu. I pronounced this guy horribly wrong. He is a 2/3, 3-cost quest for 1. I always thought this card was an ally, but he is indeed a hero. He has the ability training exercises whenever one of your characters challenges your opponent's character. If it's the second challenge that turn, gain 2 lore. This is really good if you can set up stuff with your Calhoun. Being able to gain 5 lore off a challenge is amazing. In the final 2 slots in our 3 spot, we're running 2 copies of Mulan Free Spirit. I love this card. It is a 3-cost, 2/3 quest for 2. It has support, so whenever this character quests, you can give another character attack power, so you can give another character +2. This is really good for helping us clear out some boards. It's also really good setup for some problem cards with one of the cards we're playing in our song section. Going to our 4 drops, we're running 4 copies of Vanellope Von Schweetz Sugar Rush Princess. She's a 4-cost or a shift 2. Whenever you play another princess character, all of your opponent's characters gain -1 until the next turn, which is really good. It sets up for a lot of plays and also keeps you a little bit more protected on your opponent's turn. We're running 3 copies of Philatites No Nonsense Instructors. Instructor. Your hero characters gain Challenger 1. They get +1 when challenging. And whenever we play a hero character, we gain a lore. Pretty much every character in this deck is a hero except for the Phils, the Nalas, and the Petes. So we're getting a lot. In our 5 slots, we're running 4 copies of Jasmine, Fearless Princess. She is a new card from Fabled. She is a 3/7 quest for 2 at a 5 drop. She has the ability take the leap. During our turn, she gets evasive, which is really good for going into those Dumbo decks, those evasive decks, evasive heavy decks. We're going to be able to put pressure on them really good. Keep in mind that if we have quested with an Aurora, we can play this for 4, which is amazing. She also has the ability, Now is My Chance. Choose and discard a card. She gets Challenger 3 for the turn. So it fills out. She's going to have Challenger 4. She's going to be a 7/7, which is fantastic. We are running 3 copies of the Beast, Glorious Prince. He is a 5-cost, 5/4, quest for 1, but he gives our princess characters an additional 1 strength and 1 willpower, which is really good to have. And we are also running... Oh, no, apparently I'm only running 2. I should be running 3. Okay, whatever. We're running 2 copies of Moana of Motunui. She's a 5-cost, 1/6, quest for 3, and she has the ability We Can Fix It. When this character quests, we can unexert all of our other princesses. This card actually came in clutch, giving me my round 2 victory, which was fantastic. Going into our actions, items, locations, we're running 3 copies of One Last Hope. It is a 3-cost uninkable song. Chosen character gains resist 2 until the start of your next turn. If a hero character is chosen, they also can challenge ready characters. This is really good. We love this. Like I said, with the exception of the Petes, the Nalas, and the Phils, everything in here is a hero. So we're going to be constantly getting that plus. Now, the initial build of this deck ran 4 copies of Strength of a Raging Fire and 2 copies of brain freeze, Beyond the Horizon. I did not like those in the games, and I'll talk about it in my third when I talk about my matches. So we've upped it to, we've changed it to 3 copies of Strength of a Raging Fire. I like this card. I liked what it can do potentially, but I feel like it's very, like, you have to be able to keep a good board state in order to get the damage you want off on it. It is a 3-cost. It is a 3-cost song. It deals 1 damage to chosen opposing character per number of characters on my side of the field. So we've dropped 1 copy and the 2 copies of Beyond the Horizons for 3 copies of Smash. This card is just super good into the Dumbo matchup, being able to get those Dumbos off the field relatively quickly at the 3-cost slot is just fantastic. It deals 3 damage to a chosen character. Rounding out our songs, we are running 2 copies of World's Greatest Criminal Mind and 2 copies of Lost in the Woods. These 2 cards really came in clutch in my games. World's Greatest Criminal Mind takes out an opposing character with 5 power or more. This is really good with our supports. We're able to give support to their characters, and if they're sitting at like 3 or 4 for strength, we can put them up to 5 or 6, and then we can destroy them with World's Greatest Criminal Mind. Lost in the Woods lets us take all opposing characters and minus them by 2 attack. This enables us to stay alive a little bit longer when we are coming through with our princesses and challenging. And it's a 4-cost, so it's still relatively cheap. Other options, you could run Trials and Tribulations. It drops 1 thing by 2 and you get to draw a card. It's entirely up to you. And then into our items, we're running 3 copies of Queen Sensor Core. This card put in some serious work today, allowing me to put cards in my hand. Whether or not I played them or I inked them, it was still nice to be able to constantly get an extra set of cards in hand, especially once I was comfortably ahead in like board state or anything like that. So we're going to talk about the matches. And we had 5 people, but they were all really, really strong players. So in our first round, we played against Donovan's support princess, Amber Sapphire. This was a really, really close game. I won 2-1. Game 1, I was able to take the game pretty quickly. I just was able to put a bunch of stuff on the board. I had Calhouns and Fasus going on, so I was gaining a ton of lore off of that second challenge. We were like running into small stuff with like Auroras when we needed to, and then just taking the wins as we go and getting those extra like 5 lore. We were able to keep a princess out all the time, so our cores were giving us extra lore a turn. Really good game all around. Game number 2, we got beat. He was playing, so his deck is princesses and the support ducks, the blue ducks from that were reprinted in Fabled. So he was just giving support everywhere. He was questing for a ton with Alice. It was just bad. Like we weren't able to keep anything on the board. He was making good plays in blowing up our stuff. We got Mulan and World's Greatest Criminal Mind into our Calhoun in game 2, which definitely set me back a little bit. But it was a really good game nonetheless. I was able to get to 16 lore, but we just weren't able to take it in game 2. Game 3, we were going back and forth pretty good. He was able to quest for like 11 lore in one turn with combination supports into Alice, but we were able to do cool plays. We were able to take his board apart on our turn without losing anything on our side of the field. We were able to, we quested with Mulan for 2. We gave that support to the Hans he had on his field so we could World's Greatest Criminal Mind it. And then we were able to take out cards by challenging into it, questing for a 3 with an unanswered Nala. He wasn't able to get it back in game 2. He was only able to take out one of our characters, and we were able to bring it back in game 3. Really good set of games. I really enjoyed this match immensely. Do not sleep on support Princess Ducks, because apparently it's just really good. Round 2, we played against Frank. I went 2-0. It was a combination of him just not having like his first game. He got like really bad hands, and so we were able to really push off with Nalas and stuff and just take the game pretty consistently and pretty quickly. Game 2, we were able to put him in a spot where he had to focus in on the Jasmine that we kept playing, and the only way he was doing that was with Mother Knows Best, so he was just putting it back into our deck, and then we were constantly replaying it. He couldn't really risk questing with the max goof because questing with more than the max goof because we were just going to take it out with Calhouns and gain a ton of advantage. So we were able to take game 2 pretty quickly. So game 3 is where we made the decision to put in the smashes. Like I was already sitting on the Beyond the Horizons for a couple of games, but it didn't really hinder my performance. Round 3, we played against Kyle's Powerline deck, which was a little bit different than Frank's, and honestly, that definitely made a huge difference. He was running stuff like Fred. He was running the PJ Pete's. He was running a bunch of like other stuff as well, and he was running the Roxanne's. I don't remember. I don't think Frank's build was running the Roxanne's. If they was, I didn't see them. So game 1, I was able to come out quick though. His hand wasn't the greatest. He didn't really have the turn 1 plays, so I was able to quickly take the game with like my crazy amount of questing that this deck can also do if we're not challenging. We were able to get a Fasu and Calhoun off for like an additional 5 lore, so we were pretty comfortable there. Game 2, he was a much better start. We weren't able to keep a board presence. He was very smartly using his B King Undisputeds with Max to clear my field, keep my field down, so we weren't able to get through that. Game 3, I started off strong, and then once he started getting going, it was kind of bad. This is the game where the Beyond the Horizon really didn't, or I really understood why I was not in this version of the deck now. We were definitely stuck with it in my hand like the entire game, and I couldn't really do it. He didn't really have a lot of cards in hand, so I would just be giving him more outs, and he kept playing stuff that I could have easily smashed, and so I could have still been keeping board presence instead of having to attack into stuff. There was a situation where he had his max goof and I had 2 Calhouns. We played the Lilo to get the extra damage, but I had extra lore up if I had been able to play a smash, or heck, even without the Lilo, if I had been able to smash the max goof, we could have crashed into it with one of the Calhouns and been in a much better position. So after that, we decided to go for the smash. The 4th card being dropping the 4th Strength of Raging Fire is a call. I like strength, but strength's not always going to hit me big numbers. Whereas smash is a much better out early game to Dumbo, to Roxanne if they're playing that, to a lot of aggro. Smash is a much better out to like Nala because even after the resist, it just gets rid of it. Smash is a better out to set up with Tiana because if you only have to do one and you have something on the field that does four, then you don't mind paying that extra three. Smash is just a better out to Dumbo. Smash is a really good out to a lot of the stuff in the Power King. Wow. In the Power Line deck, you can hit the max songs and take them out, take them down a good chunk. You can take the power lines with them. So I have the smaller power lines. I just really like the addition of Smash in general. If I can make any other changes to this deck, it would be I would take out one of the beasts, probably for either another Moana Matanui. That card really came in clutch in my game two. In my game two of round two against Frank, because after I quested with a bunch of princesses, I was able to quest with her, untap a bunch of my princesses, and I just had too much on board that he couldn't deal with. That enabled me to take the game two. So I love this deck. I'm really excited. This is probably going to be my deck for this format. We're definitely going to continue working on it, improving it. I already know a couple other cards that I would like to include in it. I'm Still Here is another really good option because it gives us what's the word I'm looking for? Resist 2, and we get to draw a card. Trials and Tribulations over Into the Woods, it could be another good call because it gives a plus a centered -2, but we do get to draw a card. So lots of ideas. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, ding the notification bell if you want to be alerted. We are posting Pokemon content here. If you guys want to go check that out, I'm getting ready to do a Pokemon TCG Nuzlocke in about 3 weeks time, a little over 2 weeks time. So we're previewing a lot of the decks that we're going to play for that. I'm really excited for it. You guys are amazing. Thank you for hanging out, watching the video, supporting the channel. I am feeling the love, and it is fantastic. Till the next time, enjoy your card games, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.